Okay. Oh, oh. Okay, was not working. Was it? Oh, oh, oh. 1 second, chat. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Where's my microphone? Where's my microphone? I know what's wrong. Oh, it's under blueprints. That's right. It's under blueprints. It's over here. It's a different microphone. There we go. There we go. Okay, 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 okay. Sorry about that, chat. I always have issues whenever I play my VR. Whenever I play my VR, oh, thanks. It's okay to daily cry. It's okay to daily cry. It's healthy. It's healthy to have them emotions. It's healthy. Thank you, Lemon. Thank you, Lemon. Okay. So, hopefully everything is balanced on here. I did some messing about with some of my audio. I did some messing about with some of my audio. I now have a limiter on my microphone, so I should be able to talk really loudly, and it shouldn't deafen anybody. Hopefully that works all right. But how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week going? How is everyone doing out there in Twitch land? I assume Twitch is going to be a lot busier because TikTok's gone. Is that right? TikTok's gone. So now everybody's flocking to other social media stuff. Everybody's doing other shit. Welcome in. It's been a week and it's only one day. I feel it. I feel it. Believe me, I feel it. I ran out of stuff to do at work today, and now they're like, hey, you can go do this pointless task that we are assigning everybody to do until we get more material in. And I'm like, that sounds like a horrible idea. How about we not do that? Right. So we'll have to see. I'm not doing overtime Friday, so I have to make it through tomorrow. I have to make it through a 10.5-hour day with literally nothing to do, but I have to find something to do, which is gonna be freaking great. But it's okay. It's okay, because we're here. We're here. We're gonna do the damn thing. Right? It's a talkie stream today, right? It's a talkie stream. So we get to go into a scene that I don't use very often. Last time I used it was when I did my my 2024 tier list, and that's what inspired this tier list. But yeah, today we are doing Anime Winter 2025 tier list. I like how it just says create a single-use tier list instead of actually, like, you know, having a title up there. But it's okay. 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 We will survive. So I'm not going to show, I never heard back from Crunchyroll, surprise, surprise. So I'm not going to show trailers, because I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. And Twitch doesn't really care, but I would get in trouble on YouTube. And because I export all of these over to YouTube, it would require a bunch of editing that I am not fully prepared to do as of yet. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Maybe before if I have my Stream Deck. If I have my Stream Deck before the next, what up, Bex? How you doing? If I get my Stream Deck before the next season of anime video, maybe I'll try and do trailers. Because at that point, with a Stream Deck, I can literally just go, okay, cut here, that's when I have the little trailer going, and I can clip it all back together. But my back is in a lot of pain. I'm having problems breathing today because I slept wrong. So today, we're not going to do trailers. But I have 22 shows. 22 shows I am currently watching. This does include sequels, like secondary seasons, I guess you could say, not really sequels, but like second seasons, yada yada yada. And it does not include anything that has not aired yet. So that includes there's a few movies that are going to be coming out later on this season. I'm not going to be talking about those movies. This is just solely on the shows that have aired at least one episode that I am actively watching. Some of these will get dropped, some of these will not. Once again, yada yada yada. But there's a lot of really good stuff this season. There's a lot of like new styles of shows that I'm checking out that I wouldn't usually check out. So without further ado, I'm just gonna hop on into it, right? I'm just gonna hop on into it. Let's see if this other thing works. I've been testing out some other stuff. The first show we are going to be talking about is, boom. Yeah, cool. Okay, that worked. I kind of want to move it. I want to move it closer to my, there we go. Perfect. How's that look, chat? Does everything on screen look balanced? I hope so. I actually spent some time getting all this figured out before stream. I'm like, I want this to look good. I want everybody to be proud of me. I want everybody to be happy with me. I want everything to look fantastic. Everything looks good. Fantastic. Just for that, I'll go ahead and put my hat on. Alright, here we go. We're always ready. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Hydrate already. Do I sound parched? I did just eat a bunch of pierogies. Thank you for the hydrate. Okay. So, this is the first show. I'm talking about. This one is called Ameku Takao no... I'm not going to give it in the... I'm not going to do the Japanese title. Ameku MD Doctor Detective. In Tenakai General Hospital's General Diagnosis Department, patients who are deemed difficult to treat by other doctors are collected here. From mysteries of unknown illness to murders that even the police can't handle, genius Dr. Takao Ameku reveals the shocking truth hidden behind these mysterious diseases. Okay, so this is basically a mystery show, right? It's basically a mystery show. It's a mystery show, and it's also House. It's basically if House was a cute anime girl. Because they make mention, like, she looks like she's younger. She's not. She's, I believe, in her 20s. She's a fully grown adult. She's just very small of stature. And she dresses childlike sometimes, which is kind of an odd choice. But she points out to everybody, she's like, I'm a fully grown adult. House is not a cute anime girl. No, he is not. I'm pretty sure he is not. But if you like House, you will probably like this show. So I actually picked this one up. This was not originally on my list of shows to watch. So before every season starts, I go through my anime list and I look through every single show that's coming out, and I create a list on my phone of these are the ones I'm going to check out. And it's always a ridiculous list. It's always a humongous hassle because then I sit there and go, why are there so many? There shouldn't be this many. So this one was actually not one on my original list. So I think I added this like 2 weeks into the season actually starting. So by the time I got around to this one, 3 episodes had already aired. And boy howdy, I binged them back to back to back. It is a very, very good show. There seems to be some sort of mystery subplot that even I think the 4th episode just aired and it hasn't gotten into it yet, but it's hinted at something else happening. But the characters are all really likable. She definitely has that that abrasive houseness, right? Like she's kind of a dick. She's kind of a dick, but she's still helping people. So, you know, very, very House-like. She doesn't seem to have any pill addictions like House, but she does seem to like to get into other people's business when she's not wanted. So yeah, it's anime House. It's 100% anime House, right? 100%. That is truly what it is. But as far as I'm concerned, this one for me is a most definite yes. Like, I'm having a ridiculous amount of fun with it. It is a very, very interesting show. It is a very, very good show. I highly do recommend Ameku MD Doctor Detective. Yeah, super super duper duper recommend that one. It's very fun. Like I said, if you like House, it'd be right up your alley. It's just anime. It's anime House. Yes, as in Doctor House, as in the intro song is one of my favorite Massive Attack songs, as in Limp Around, tell people to smoke a cigarette if they're constipated House. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. House MD, like super popular. Hugh Laurie House. Yeah, it's just like that, just anime version. All right. Next one, you adore House. You'll probably like this show. It legit is just like House. I watched it. I'm like, this is just House. Like, this is just anime House. I'm kind of all for it. Okay. The next show, let me pull up the description on my anime list. I have like 7,000 windows open right now, all to do this. Okay. The show is called Okitsura fell in love with an Okin. Oh, damn it. Oh, hold on. Open link in new tab. Okitsura fell in love with an Okinawan girl, but I just wish I knew what she is saying. So I did some research on this one. Basically, and I was not super aware of this. Basically, in Okinawa, they have a much, much different dialect than you would find in, say, Kyoto or Osaka or Tokyo. And especially if you go to like the older generations, there are entire words that are just straight up not Japanese. So that's kind of what the premise of this show is. So Teruaki Nakamura transferred to Okinawa and fell in love with a girl, but I can't understand her dialect. Thankfully, Higa-san is always helping me out with translations. A cross-cultural romance that's a wee bit different begins on the southern island. Yep, Okinawa is so different from what I've been told. 100%, 100%. So I've been enjoying this one. It's just a cute romance show, but it's like cute romance cucking, right? It's basically like, oh, this girl's getting cucked, like hardcore, like. So is my pointer on screen? No, my pointer's not on screen. Oh, kinda. Oh no, that's just okay. So you can barely see it. So the girl on the left, right? The girl on the left is the girl that our main character is infatuated with. He just loves her. The girl on the right is the girl that translates for him, Higa-san. And I'm not saying that right. Her name, Higa. I don't know. Higa-san. No. It's her other name. It's her other name that needs to be pronounced differently. Higa-san. Higa-san is the girl on the right that translates for Teru. Teru is our main MC, right? Teru is obsessed with the girl on the left. She's basically oblivious, and she basically just speaks almost completely Okinawan dialect, so he can't understand a single thing. Now, she's cute, obviously, right? She's a little tomboyish, just super fun, cute little thing. The girl on the right is the super sweet, like, I'll translate for you, Teru. And then you find out the girl who is translating is, like, madly in love with him, right? Because he was super kind to her brothers right when he moved there. He's super sweet to her. He's just a nice guy, right? He's just a nice guy. And she's like, oh my god, like, how do I talk to him? Oh, I'm gonna translate for my best friend. And so the whole time, like, I'm like, bruh, bruh, bruh. Like, come on. Like, she's getting cucked. Like, she's getting cucked, and it's not fair. It's not fair because, like, she's just super nice to him. The other girl is almost completely oblivious. Like, she doesn't give two shits that he's even there, right? Like, she's not mean. She's not like they're both super sweet to him, but at the same time, one is obviously way more interested and treats him more like a potential love interest, whereas the other one's like, oh yeah, this is my new buddy. This is my new buddy. And so the show is it's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart, chat. Breaking my heart. As far as everything else goes, like the story is fine. It's nothing to write home about. It's nothing that's super crazy. It's not breaking any boundaries, right? It's not doing anything super crazy. The animation, however, is super pretty. The animation is done really well. The character art designs are done super duper well. And it's a very fun show that kind of plays off all of the stereotypes of Okinawa that I wasn't aware of, right? That I wasn't super aware of, because whenever I go to Tokyo. I just stay in Tokyo. And so it's kind of one of those things where I'm just kind of like, every once in a while it'll pop up, it's like, Okinawan fact, and it'll just tell you random stuff about Okinawa. And it's kind of cool. Like, it's kind of cool. But as far as like recommending it to people, honestly, I'm gonna put this one in maybe, because while there's nothing wrong with it, it's also just kind of generic. Like, it's cute, but it's anime. There's always a billion cute shows to get into. So it's not anything that's gonna be like, oh crap, like, you gotta get into this one. So for this one, I'm gonna leave this one in maybe. Okay, what do we have next? Okay, next we have, show me the descriptor so I can read it to chat, because it does a better job. Okay, this one is called Ave Mujica, the die is cast. Okay, so I don't know if you're familiar with a lot of music anime, right? Not an idol anime. This is not an idol anime. What up, Inosuke? Thank you so much for the biddies, buddy. How you doing? 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 Did that make noise? Did everybody get noise? Did I just not get the noise? I might have just not gotten the noise. Maybe. Who knows? What's up, buddy? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, sorry, stretching. My back hurts. So I'm not super familiar, or I don't know if you guys are all super familiar with any music anime. This is a extremely popular offshoot of Bang Dream. So Bang Dream, it's kind of like a, you're good, fantastic? I'm doing all right. My back really hurts, but that's why I'm doing a shorter stream so I can rest. I just slept wrong, but it's not a big deal. I'm doing something fun. I'm talking anime. I'm giving recommendations for the current stuff airing. So yeah, I'm doing all right. But Bang Dream is a very, very large franchise, right? I would say it's not as big as Love Live or any of the things like that, but it's getting pretty close, right? It's basically just a show about a group of girls that form a band and then the stuff that they go through. Now, the first couple seasons of the show were fairly light-hearted, focusing on different bands within the universe. And then I don't know what's been going on with the music shows the past few seasons, but they've been like they've been like super damn dark. Even this show, like Bang Dream used to be like a show I'd turn on. I'm just like bopping around like this is great, enjoying some catchy tunes. And this one is like dealing with one of the characters' alcoholic. Her mom died, her dad got framed for something at his company, so now he's an alcoholic, and she's homeless, and another girl's got autism and crippling trust issues and abandonment issues. Like it's dark. It got dark. It's like the it's like, bruh, it's Degrassi. It goes there, right? Like, um, okay, let me. Can I expand? Can I expand this? Can I expand this? Do this? Do this? Okay. I'm gonna. Here's the description on Mal. Will you give me the rest of your life? After losing everything in a single night, Sakiko Tagawa. Damn, I messed that one up. Sakiko Tagawa reaches out toward an even deeper abyss, one that will drag everyone around her down as well. Gathering the lives of girls burdened with their own troubles and desires, Sakiko raises the curtain on a perfect masquerade. Welcome to the world of Ave Mujica. On a stage where sorrow, death, fear, love, even the solace of forgetting are stripped away, will their masks be torn off and shatter into oblivion? Or will they? It's dramatic, chat. It is hella dramatic. Whereas in the first couple seasons, the first couple seasons were basically like K-On!, right? They were just girls that were in high school together that formed bands and played music. It was super fun. It was lighthearted. It rarely went deep. This one's dealing with like emotional abuse and trauma and like the music in it is honestly kind of dope, but their entire stage show is set up as this like masquerade where they all wear masks and they have a stage play that they do where they're all dolls, right? Because dolls don't feel emotion. You can just use a doll, and I'm just like, bro, this is getting deep. It's getting deep. But it's almost like there's keyboard it's all clean vocals, right? But the best way to describe it's like if you've ever heard Cradle of Filth, how it's kind of like orchestral and it's very like you're like, okay, I can see this in like a stage play type setting. It's very similar to that, not as heavy obviously, but it definitely Bang Dream is going to darker and weirder places the longer the show exists. And low key, I'm kind of here for it. Like, I'm kind of here for it. Because the animation is crazy solid, the music's crazy solid, the story is depressing as all hell, and it is a little melodramatic, but they're kind of taking it in places I never thought they would. So, for me, this one's definitely going to go into the yes. Yeah, I don't see myself dropping it. I definitely see myself keeping up with it because it's crazy interesting right now. It's hella depressing, but crazy interesting. Okay. Oh god, this next one. I have thoughts on this one, chat. I have thoughts on this one. So I don't know if anybody is familiar with the production / animation company called GoHands. I think the last thing they did was The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. I think that was the last one they did. GoHands is known for ridiculously weird camera angles in all of their anime. Like, they're supposed to be like cinematic camera angles, right? They're supposed to be cinematic, but it's as if the cinematic camera angle got stuck in a tornado and just went apeshit. So everything they do is kind of just nuts. Like, it's just nuts. Everybody makes fun of them, and generally rightfully so, because they'll do it in shows that absolutely don't need it. So when I saw GoHands was doing this one, I'm like, I'm probably going to hate this. I kind of don't hate this. So I'm gonna start by talking about the opening song, right? The opening song is by Hanabi. If you don't know who Hanabi is, look up Hanabi. Hanabi is a collective group of girls that got together. I'm gonna snooze this ad break. They got together very, very early on when they were in high school, and they were big fans of metal music, right? Metal music. And they're just four of the most adorable, just badass ladies that just play metal music. And the lead singer's got this, she goes from like a cute kawaii voice to this crazy, gnarly, guttural growl. And they do the intro song for this show. This show is called Momentary Lily. Robotic invaders wiped out all life, but Renge fights to survive using her powers. With no memory, she roams the city until she meets 5 other young women, each with unique abilities. Together, they make the most of their lives, cooking delicious meals between battles with mechanical monstrosities. As they uncover the secrets of their powers and past, they find strength in their friendship. The episode 2 messes with you, chap. Episode 2 tries to do the whole Madoka Magica, like episode 2 or 3 thing, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But that is what this show tries to do. There's some crazy shit that happens, right? But the main premise is this super, like, robots came down, disappeared everybody, and then we have these girls that are just stuck around that are actively fighting off these giant alien monsters. They do it with super cool weapons. They're all super generalized stereotypes. Like, you have the otaku girl, I believe her name is Hana. She's always playing a handheld gaming machine, constantly saying things about video games. She's like, "Oh, you have a hack," or, "Oh, I need more HP points." Like, just, they all say dumb shit like that. So it's, I don't think I can recommend this to like the casual fan of shows because it is absolutely insane. The production and animation company alone is going to push so many people away from it, because GoHands is absolutely bonkers with everything they do, right? They're absolutely bonkers with everything they do. And the show is way more style over substance right now. Like, I think first 2 episodes have aired. It's not getting very good reviews, and it's just kind of mediocre. Like, I'm enjoying it, right? I'm enjoying it, but I know when something is trash and when it's not. And this is not great. It kind of has like that magical girl style, very much magical girl style, but that's almost all it has going for it. So for the general public, I'm gonna put this in maybe, just because I'm enjoying it. But for most people, I'm gonna say maybe skip this one unless you want something hyper stylized, because that's basically what it is. It's just a hyper stylized magical girl anime without the magic. They basically just have giant weapons. Like, they've got swords and guns, and like, it's good. Like, it's fine, but it's very hollow. It's very hollow. Okay, next one, we have our first isekai of the season. Magic Maker. How to make magic in another world. A man who was 30 years old and wanted to use magic died unexpectedly, and when he woke up, he was reborn in another world. Named Theon, he had high hopes that there would be magic in another world, but there was no magic in that world. This is literally, I'm literally reading this. This is the actual description for this show. Theon became depressed and lethargic, but an event led him to discover the existence of magic. That's right. There is no magic, then I will make it myself. Okay, I'm not going to keep reading because I respect the company that makes this one, right? Studio Dean makes this one. Studio Dean does some good stuff. This show is creepy and weird, okay? Our main character, Theon, his older sister is obsessed with him to like a creepy amount. Like she tells their parents she's gonna marry him. She doesn't see why her mom got mad at her. It leads into like weird, it leans into really weird territory. Like I don't think it's straight up like trying to be like, hey, these siblings are gonna get together, but it's okay because one's been reincarnated. Like he's not actually her brother. No, it's just not that interesting of a show. In all honesty, I've made it one episode in and I hadn't dropped it. I haven't dropped anything yet because I was waiting to do this video and I wanted to, or this stream, I wanted to be able to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. But as far as this one goes, like I'm even keeping this short because I have absolutely zero interest in this one. This one's a no. It's straight up a no. Don't watch it. Don't watch Magic Maker. It's freaking weird. Like it's stupidly weird. Like the sister starts crying about how they'll both have to marry other people someday and then they won't get to stay with each other forever, and the brother's like, that's fine, I just won't get married to anybody, I'll just stay with you forever. And then they hug and then magic happens. I'm just like, what in the actual hell is going on here? This is creepy and I don't like this. Like, no. 8 Ways from Sunday, no. It's not good. I don't like it. It's don't watch it. Don't watch it. That's our first no. That's our first no, chat, and it deserves to be there. It absolutely deserves to be under no. All right. This next one, another Isekai, but low-key, I really like this one. Let me find the full title, because Lord knows it's extremely long. Oh, boom, 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 boom. There we go. Yeah, I literally have to open it onto another page to be able to read the entire title. Okay, this one is called The Daily Life of a Middle-Aged Online Shopper in Another World. Yep. The story of a middle-aged man doing whatever he wants with the power of one-click online shopping. Kenichi, a single man in his 40s, is transported into another world for no apparent reason. As he tries to escape a dangerous forest teeming with monsters, he realizes he has the power to access the power to access a huge online store. It proofreads your shit, my anime list. By using this power to exchange goods, he found his new world for cash, and then buying modern ones off the internet, he was able to quickly create a very popular business. However, his goal is to have a slow and leisurely life. Instead of growing his business even more, he decides to settle down and live off of the power of Jeff Bezos. That's literally what the description says. That is literally what the description says. Okay, this one is just comfy. This one's comfy trash through and through. The reason why I said I really like this one, I've been reading the manga for this one for like, I want to say a year or two. Like off and on, because I'll go through like spurts where I just read a ton of manga and then I'll just stop for a while so that more can actually release, so I can, because I read it fairly quickly. But low-key, this dude gets isekai'd into like this forest, and he looks around, and you can tell he's older, right? You can tell he's older because he gets there, and I don't want to say he's older. Like this says he's in his 40s. I'm pretty sure in the show it said he's 38, which is literally how old I am, which is terrifying. He gets transported to obviously isekai to another world. Dude just looks around and he goes, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm in another world. Bet." Like, it like kind of starts figuring stuff out, because I mean, you have to look at it this way. Like, he's older. It kind of shows that he's a big, like, he watches anime and stuff like that when he was back in his regular world. So as soon as he gets transported in, he's like, status. So like he immediately starts trying to figure out like the system, and he just he just rolls with it, right? He literally just rolls with it. He doesn't sit there and, oh, woe is me, Shinji getting the mech. Like, he doesn't do any of that crybaby bullshit. He's not trying to like, oh, I'm gonna be the hero. I'm gonna go and like defeat the Demon King, bro, because I'm the best. He's just like, all right, well, I guess I can chill now. Oh, cool. I can make money off of this thing. I'll bet. Like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. That sounds awesome. I'll go ahead and like totally do that. And he just runs with it, right? He literally runs with it. Dude gets laid in the first episode. Like just by being like not a dick. Like he's just super nice to somebody, and she's like, I have to repay you. Fade to like the morning time. So it's like, dude just got laid. Hell yeah. Good job, bro. Good job. It's just chill. There's nothing to it. There's absolutely nothing to it. It is a completely pointless show. It is a completely pointless piece of isekai trash, and I am 100% all about it because life is stressful enough. Why not watch this dude live a leisurely life by buying shit on Amazon, on fake Amazon, selling it in a fantasy world, and then exchanging money back and forth just to live his best life? Like, bro, I got you. I got 100%, bro. 100%. For me, that's a 100% enthusiastic yes. When they announced this one was getting an anime adaptation, I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, I'm all about this one. So if you want something super, super chill, super low-key, not stressful, it's just basically, like, I look at it as like, yeah, this is totally what I would do in this exact situation if I had that exact power. Like, if I got isekai and they're like, yeah, you can exchange stuff for cash to buy things on Amazon to just make a life in another world. He does almost exactly what I would do. I'm just like, bet. I can relate to this. But yeah, one time it's the daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. It's real fun. It's real fun. It's real fun. Okay, the next one is called Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. This is another one that I've been reading the manga. So this is another one that I'm going to be pretty enthusiastic about. Kazuhiro Kitasa's only hobby is sleeping. Ever since he was young, he would enter a wondrous world within his dreams and go on thrilling adventures. One day, he goes on an adventure with an elf girl he became friends with in his dream world. But it's put to an abrupt halt when they both get scorched with a dragon's breath. As he wakes up from his dream, he notices a familiar figure sleeping next to him. The elf girl from his dreams? So basically we have our main character, right? We have our main character. This looks very interesting. Have you been here this whole time, Lemon? You've been quiet. You've been quiet. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf is moderately interesting. It's a weird kind of isekai slash reverse isekai. So basically the main character, his main hobby is sleeping, right? When the show starts, he's leaving work and they're like, I've been in and out of sleep. I got like 3 hours last night. Jesus, I got 5.5. So, wake up! No, you're doing great, Lemon. You're doing great. So the main purpose of this show, the main premise of this show is the main character is seen, he leaves work on time, he goes home, cozy plus up. I shall talk like this. I will talk like a monster. Blah, 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 blah. But he leaves, he goes home, he packs himself a lunch, he puts the lunch on top of his bed, and he goes to sleep. Because as far as he knows, he can take food into his dreams, and he awakens in a fantasy world to go exploring, where he's younger than he was in real life, and he meets up with his friends. He meets up with an elf girl, she's super adorable, and then they're wandering around, in a dungeon, right? And he's still unaware. He still thinks this is a dream world for him. And he's just like, I'm a super active dreamer. This is dope. And then all of a sudden a dragon wakes up, blows fire, and every time, he's even said it, every time that he dies, he just wakes back up in his bed like you would in a dream, right? The dragon blows fire and he's like, oh no, I have to protect the elf. So he throws himself around the elf, and all of a sudden he wakes back up and he's like, okay, well, I guess it's, it's time to get up and get ready and go to work. Ad break in 3 minutes. Since this is a talkie stream, once ad break hits, I will stop talking for the ad break. So he wakes back up after the dragon blows fire, right? He looks over, elf girl, naked in his bed. He makes the sudden realization that apparently, whenever he goes to sleep, he gets izakai'd. And whenever he goes to sleep in the other world, he comes back to reality. And apparently, whatever he is touching when he comes back from the quote-unquote fantasy world travels back with him. So we kind of have an isekai and a reverse isekai situation, but it's kind of like the cuteness of this show is him bringing this elf girl into modern day Tokyo and just kind of letting her explore everything. Like, she doesn't understand the language because she speaks Elvish. Cars scare the absolute shit out of her. Eating raw fish mortifies her. But it is, I'm very, very far ahead in the manga on this one, so I know there's other stuff that does happen and more characters are introduced later. Obviously, they're all going to be super cute anime girls. But it's not a bad show by any stretch of the imagination. It is, so far, it's a good show, but it's generic. Like, it is generic. The animation's not anything incredible, but it is enjoyable. It is definitely enjoyable. So as far as I'm concerned, for me, this is gonna go on yes, because like I said, I've been reading the manga. I am a fan of the manga. So for me, this is gonna be a yes. And if it sounds interesting to you, you'll probably get some sense of enjoyment out of it. Just kind of temper your expectations because it's not anything crazy, right? It's not really breaking any new ground. It is good though. I would definitely put it as a yes. All right. What's our next one? Let's pull up our next one before the ad break starts. Oh, yeah, this one. Another super long. Even given the worthless appraiser class, I'm actually the strongest. In a fantasy world where jobs are God-given from birth, heroes are born, not made, and Ein's job of appraiser is put him about as far from the hero pedestal as possible. Used, abused, and eventually abandoned by his fellow adventurers, Ein decides it just isn't worth going on. Lucky for Ein, though, the end may just be the beginning. As well as a new lease on life, turns out his worthless job may just be the key to becoming a hero, after all. Waiting for that ad break to start so I can just bother everybody that's in here. Yeah, so this one is not an isekai. It's just a straight up fantasy show that is ungodly generic. It is ungodly generic. I'm trying to think if there's anything nice I can say about the show before we go into the ad break. I'm really trying to think of anything nice to say about this show, but I low-key cannot. I was waiting for the isekai bar to drop. No, it's not an isekai. It's just a straight-up fantasy show that is so ungodly. There's the ad break. Woo! Ooh, okay. A minute and a half, chat. A minute and a half. I'm gonna throw my BRB screen up. I'll be back in a minute and a half, because this is a talky one. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Chad, is my stream lagging? Are we dealing with lag? No? Never mind. Maybe it's just my computer. Maybe it's just my computer being weird. Okay. Okay, we're back. You didn't miss anything. I went to a BRB screen. Because I don't want anybody to miss out on randomness. So even given the worthless appraiser class, it's not interesting. It's super generic. Every time there is a show where it's like, oh, I was given a worthless class, it's appraisal, and it's like, bro, appraisal is one of the most OP skills you could have in anything ever. Like, you can do so much with appraisal. And so it's always like, okay, this person is obviously gonna be OP, like, it's just dumb. Like, it's just dumb. No lag. Okay, cool. I was messing with something on my channel page during the break, so I wanted to adjust it. Like, it's super generic. The character designs are uninspired. Like, you meet this character, he's super mopey, and people are just being a dick to him, and you're like, okay, well, this is how this is gonna be. It's just gonna be extremely boring and generic. So in all honesty, I don't even want to talk about this one much anymore because it's stupid boring. So no, do not watch, even given the worthless appraiser class, blah 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 blah, long title, stupid. It's dumb. Don't watch it. It's just generic. Okay. This one, God, I still don't know this one. This one's a weird one, chat. Let me find it. I'm gonna have to find it, and I don't know where it's gonna be on this list because there it is. I'm living with an otaku NEET kunoichi. Sad boy get hot girl and team is better boy. Okay. I'm glad I'm actually filling out all 4 of these areas. Okay. A normal salaryman, Tsukasa, is attacked by a Yauma and is gallantly saved by the appearance of the genius Kunoichi ninja Shizuri. However, when she is not working, she becomes an otaku NEET. Today, Tsukasa's house husband skills will continue to spoil Shizuri. A prescription delivered directly to you. Okay. Chat, I'm all for garbage. I'm all for trash, right? Trash respects trash. Trash respects trash. This one is weird. The animation is kinda like hyper... The animation's not great. The character designs, I actually kinda do like, and it's just really goofy. The main issue that I run into this one is it's not a full-length show. It's an anime short, so every episode is 12 minutes long, right? But it's 12 minutes long before you factor in the intro and the outro. It's now intros and outros are generally 90 seconds long each. So you take a 12-minute show and you immediately subtract 3 minutes from it, you basically have 9-minute episodes. So the pacing on this one is crazy weird, but you more or less have this super introverted guy that doesn't talk to anybody because he's super shy. He just goes to work and he goes home, but apparently he has the bloodline of the samurai. And that's why demons are attacking him. But there is this genius female ninja who is willing to protect him every day. The only thing she asks is that she can live with him. And he's like, okay. I mean, I saw the demon, so I obviously know, you're not pulling the wool over my eyes. And so he takes her back to his apartment. Nothing degenerate happens there. She just looks in. She's like, you have video game systems? And he's like, yeah, 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 yeah. She's like, can we play? And he's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. She immediately like throws a tracksuit like top over her like ninja outfit, throws on her glasses, and basically just turns into like the stereotypical otaku girl that just wants to do nothing but like play gacha games on her phone, watch anime, read manga, collect figures, while he just goes to work and basically takes care of her. But don't me wrong, don't me wrong, don't me wrong. She is actively protecting him constantly. So I do think there is some sort of romance that's going to start happening. We do find out pretty early on that she is actually a genius ninja. Like, she just ran away from her clan because they won't let her pursue her otaku needs. If you're in the mood for like 9 minutes of comedy that's okay and slightly degenerate characters that you meet pretty damn quickly because the pacing is super fast, I'd say give it a go. But for me, I've been kind of like wavering back and forth as to drop it or not. For now, I'm gonna put it in maybe not. Like, I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a shot. If I'm already gonna be dropping these other two shows, I'll give this one a little bit more of a shot, because I've chuckled a couple times, right? I've chuckled a couple times. Okay. I know what the next one is. Lemon, you're gonna wanna listen up on this one. You're gonna wanna listen up on this one, because this is the degenerate show of the season. This is 100% the degenerate show of the season. This is another one that I've read the manga on, so I knew it was coming, but I'm surprised they're even pushing it this far. Bahineko, the elf girl's cat, is secretly an S-ranked monster. Alright. Here's a description, chat. Here's a description. Somebody wake Lemon up. Nobody asked to be a cat. After dying in a fight against the forces of evil, a knight is shocked to discover that instead of being reborn as a hero of humanity, he starts his new life as a behemoth, one of the most powerful monsters in the world. The only problem is that a baby behemoth looks an awful lot like an adorable house cat. Things grow even more confusing when a beautiful elf adventurer rescues him from the brink of death. Rather than finishing him off, this house cat / knight's baffling journey is just getting started. This one's a yes for me, but it's only because degeneracy. I get it, right? I get it. I watched Interspecies reviewers from beginning to end and have read the manga from beginning to end. I'm okay with questionable material in my media, as long as it doesn't involve kids or, you know, forcing things. Bet. This one pushes me, chat. This one not for either of those reasons. Thankfully, not for either of those reasons. But my god. So, basic premise, Knight dies, reincarnated, looks like a little kitten, but is actually a hyper-powerful monster. He accidentally comes across a giant dragon. Dragon injures him. He flies away, tries to get away, almost makes it, but falls down. Beautiful elf adventurer with big old boobies finds him, nurses him back to health, and decides that's going to be her pet from now on, right? Now obviously she's a scantily clad elf lady, so, and this is a fantasy world, not isekai, just a fantasy world. So basically you have to deal with like lustful other adventurers trying to like get her, which obviously that should make everybody mad when they see that happen. But then you run into, she starts drinking, right? She starts drinking, and then she'll say things to him like, I can't wait till you're bigger so you can pin me down with those paws. Yeah. I think that's how furries are made. But it's total degeneracy. The entire show is degeneracy. Like their boobs constantly. Every character is just big old boobies, big old anime boobies. Whenever any of the female characters carries him around when he's small, they just set him on top of their boobs and carry him around like that. There's flagrant nudity throughout the show. It's degeneracy, chat. It's degeneracy through and through. There's no other way to say it. I will say though that the animation is not bad and the character designs are really, really good. They're very, very well drawn. They're very good. The world is interesting enough. There are some heartfelt moments that aren't creepy, and then there are some creepy moments as well. For me, because I know it's trash and I knew what I was getting into because I've read the manga, I am gonna put it in yes. But just know 100% without a doubt that it is very, very degenerate. Everything about it is degenerate. If you are not okay with that, don't even try this show. If you're looking for degeneracy, 100% go ham. It is an enjoyable romp. Okay, what do we have next? What do we have next? We're like halfway through. We're like halfway through. Oh, okay. Okay. This one. Another super long title. This is an even longer title. Bogus skill, Fruit Master. About that time, I became able to eat unlimited numbers of skill fruits that kill you. Well, that's what it's about. In this world, one can gain special abilities by eating a skill fruit only once. To eat another is a certain death sentence. However, Light, of course his name is Light, obtains a skill called Fruit Master, which is unsuitable for battle. He resigns himself to a life as a farmer, but by chance he eats another skill fruit. At this moment, he learns the hidden ability of Fruit Master. Why haven't I died? Is this some sort of new skill? This is the story of a lowly farmer becoming the strongest by acquiring numerous different abilities. Okay. Surprisingly not an isekai, it is just another fantasy show. Basically, Light and his friend is the blonde-haired girl up in the top left of the picture. They're childhood friends, right? Obviously love interest, whatnot. They want to be adventurers. He's dreamed of being an adventurer. They go to the church because obviously it's all done in a church, it's a fantasy world, and they get their skill fruits. She gets sword goddess, so obviously she's like, or sword saint, I think it is sword saint. So she's obviously like a badass. He bites into his fruit master, right? And you're thinking, okay, that sounds hilariously stupid. So you immediately think, okay, cool. Well, it's just he can grow fruit. How's this gonna? Nope. Apparently, he adopts like a little girl to help him around. Like apparently, it's the girl to the right of him in the picture. She doesn't have a family apparently, so she lives with him. Not a big deal. Nothing weird about that. But then all of a sudden, like she's cooking, and she's like, "Oh no, I accidentally put the skill fruit in what we're eating." Well, the skill fruit, if you eat 2 of them, will kill you. That's when he finds out that the Fruit Master skill means that no fruits can harm him. Convenient, right? Such incredible plot armor. At that point, he gains a secondary skill like Sword God or some dumb ass shit like that. It's honestly, it's plot armor. The show should just be called Plot Armor. the show is lacking common sense, right? So she is in an abusive S rank party, basically, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go up against the leader and I'm gonna like win, and he like barely wins. When I'm sitting here going, bro, just eat like 50 more fruit, just accrue a bunch of skills, become hyper OP, and just be like, no, nah, daddy, chill. But that's not what happens. No, that's not what happens, because then the show would just, it would have common sense, right? It would have common sense and it would end quickly. This isn't the worst show. This isn't the worst show, right? But it is very, very generic. It's very generic. Everything is very guessable, like from the get-go. And so just for that reason alone, I'm going to put this one into maybe not. Like, I'm not to the point where I want to drop it yet, because it's not like as aggressively bad as these other two, but like it's getting there. Like if I find myself running out of time to watch shows, it's definitely on the docket to be just like, I'm not losing any sleep not finishing this show. Like, don't have an entire sentence as a title. That's ridiculous. Okay. Okay. Boom. 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 Next one, chap. Possibly the greatest alchemist of all time. I like it. Short and to the point. Short and to the point. Once again, not an isekai. Literally not an isekai, just a fantasy show. Not even a hero, Takumi Aruma gets accidentally mixed in with a group. Oh, no, I take it back. This isn't isekai. I take it back. I was wrong. I apologize. It wasn't tagged properly. Not even a hero, Takumi Aruma gets accidentally mixed in with a group of heroes chosen to be summoned to another world. As compensation for the mix-up, a goddess offers him the right to choose any skill he wishes for. Hoping for a peaceful and quiet life that has nothing to do with fighting or going into battle, he chooses a seemingly boring creation skill. However, it turns out alchemy is the most powerful skill that allows him to create everything from a holy sword to flying ships. This cheat skill he unexpectedly acquired turns him into a wealthy merchant and makes him undefeatable in battles. A heartwarming adventure story about possibly the most powerful alchemist in another world. Okay, chap. Once again, generic. But I have this weird soft spot, right, for manga and anime, fantasy or isekai or fantasy, where the person just wants to like craft things, whether it be a crafting skill or an alchemy skill or anything like that. Like low-key, that's my shit, right? I've been reading a bunch of them, I watch a bunch of them. I like these low impact shows that are just, for me, they're honestly kind of relaxing to watch. Plus he has a giant cute pet spider that he communicates with telepathically that's kind of adorable, and I don't even like spiders. There's not really anything special about this one though, right? Like the middle-aged online shopper, it's a unique premise. It's like one of those unique premises where like Reincarnated as a vending machine had a really unique premise that made it like a must watch. This one lacks that. Like it's already stated, dude's gonna go into battle, he's just low-key OP. Like, okay, cool, I get that, but why even do that? Just be a merchant, bro. Just be an OP merchant. But it is fun. It is fun. Like, he creates toilets that automatically flush using light magic, but then he's told, don't tell people you have light magic or the church is gonna come for you. You know, foreshadowing plot armor. With this one, I want to put it in yes. I am going to keep watching it, but because I'm not super enthusiastic about it, I'm gonna put it in the maybe, right? Like, maybe is still, it's still positive. It's still positive, but at the same time, it's also one of those like maybe, maybe not. Like maybe to me feels like it's a couple minutes away from being like, oh, you done messed this whole thing up, dropped. But it still has a little bit more leeway than maybe not. Maybe not's just like if I'm inconvenienced at all, I'm dropping this. So this one, I am gonna put it. I'm gonna put it mid, maybe, because I feel it has more going for it than Momentary Lily, but not as much as Okitsura. Okitsura is a little bit. I don't know. Okitsu, they're probably actually both even. Okitsura and possibly the Greatest Alchemist are probably fairly even as far as like positives and negatives. Okay, okay, moving on. No, it's this one. This one. Yes, it's this one. Okay. We got a fun one. We got a fun one here. Except that it's a stupidly long title. Once again, this is one I've read, I think, the first 2 or 3 volumes of the manga. I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to clock out on time. Love it. Short and to the point, kinda short. Alina Clover signed up to be a receptionist for the Adventurers Guild, thinking it would be her ticket to the good life. Unfortunately, her dream gig turns into an overtime nightmare whenever adventurers get stuck clearing a dungeon. To save herself from paperwork, Alina takes to beating down monsters herself to solve the problem. Now she just needs to keep her activities a secret. Low-key, it's great. It's great. It's super funny. This is just a straight up comedy. It's not an isekai, it's just a fantasy comedy where basically she wants to work as a guild receptionist because they have full benefits. It's her lifelong job. It's super chill. She doesn't really have to stress about too much. She knows when she's supposed to get off work, so she can go to cafes and things of that nature, right? Like the dream. But then the dungeon has a monster that nobody can beat, so she's stuck doing overtime. And there is nothing Alina hates more than overtime. So she just basically goes into the dungeon, whips out a power that is said to be more powerful than any of the S-ranked adventurers, and just one shot kills the dragon just to avoid overtime. But oh no, the leader of the S-ranked party saw her face. How's she gonna keep up the ruse? Honestly, I don't have too much to say about this one. The animation's absolutely fantastic. Cloverworks does it, so obviously Cloverworks is a great company. The show is very, very funny. The characters are all really well done. The world is interesting. The premise is hilarious. Like, oh, I'm super powerful. What for? I don't want to work overtime. I just want a peaceful life. So I will murder anyone that doesn't let me have my peaceful life. Yeah, this one for me is an easy recommendation. It's not super trope heavy. Like it's not like Behemoth level, which is like heavily on the tropes and the degeneracy. This one is just crazy chill. It's just super entertaining. It's funny. I think this one's easily recommended. So we're going up into yes. I'm gonna put it right here actually. I'm gonna say this one is probably easier to get into definitely than these two. Okay, we're getting toward, what do we got? 9 left. 9 left. We can do this. We can do this. We can do it, chat. We can do it. Not Lemon, though. I think Lemon fell back asleep. Okay, we have an ad break in 3 minutes. I will stop talking during that ad break, and I'll kick it to a BRB stream, and I will, or screen, and I will stretch my back during that ad. Okay. Headhunted to another world, from salaryman to Big Four. Denosuke Ichimura is your normal, everyday salaryman trying to climb the corporate ladder. But then he's summoned to a terrifying fantasy world by the demon overlord, who offers him a new job as one of the heavenly kings in his army, with full benefits. Ichimura may not have muscles or magic, but he does have an office worker's skills and savvy. Will they be enough to keep him alive? It's an isekai, chat. About management. It's basically, this guy worked really, really hard at his company back in Japan, right? But he was constantly used and abused, sent over from country to country to get all the work because he was a hard worker to get all the stuff done. And then other people would take credit for everything that he had done. So he was very, very disheartened. Well, the demon overlord noticed this and summoned him to be one of the big four, to be one of his right-hand man. But he can't fight. No, the demon lord doesn't expect him to fight. He's here to negotiate. I don't know what it is with this season. But everything this season is like, oh, it's just jobs. It's just jobs, bro. It's management. It's people wanting to... We have online shopper. We have guild receptionist. We have this. We have like the possibly the greatest alchemist. We have a bunch of shows where it's just like, I just want to exist, bro. I don't want to fight anything. Just let me do me. But I will say, if you're looking for a comedy, a fantasy comedy, where a salaryman gets brought into a fantasy world solely to negotiate peaceful contracts, this is the show for you. It's nothing crazy special. The premise alone is what sets it apart. I do really enjoy it. It's another one that I've been reading the manga for a while. The characters are all they're all interesting. The world is very well developed. The negotiations and the negotiation tactics actually make perfect sense. It is very, very well written. The animation's nothing to write home about, so there's not anything super crazy about it. So I'm not going to go ahead and give it a yes, but I will go ahead and give it an enthusiastic maybe, because I don't think it's going to be for everybody, but I do think that it is quite good. I do think it is an enjoyable show. So definitely check it out if you have the time, or if any of that sounds remotely interesting. I definitely think that one might be up some people's alleys. Not everyone, but some people. Okay, I'm waiting for that ad break to kick in so I don't lose anybody. Because I don't want to start talking midway through and then the break kick in. I'll pull up the next one. Okay, cool. But we eating good this season, chat. We eating good. The yes and the maybes far outweigh the no's and the maybe nots. Far outweigh it. And I can't just say it's because I'm don't get me wrong, I am picky. There's a lot of shows I didn't even give a chance. That's because I know I don't like them. This is literally because, okay, cool. There's the break. BRB in a minute and a half, chat. Okay. Oh, look, Lemon woke back up. Lemon, I don't think you were here when I talked about the most degenerate show of the season. Where an elf girl literally tells a cat she can't wait for him to be bigger so that he can pin her down with his paws. I'm pretty sure that's how furries are made. Yeah, I literally said somebody wake up Lemon. Lemon will probably want to hear about this one. It's actually, it's right here. It's literally on my screen. So this one right here. Branchel be writing it down. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'll tell you what it's called. Beheneko, Beheneko. The elf girl's cat is secretly an S-ranked monster. Yep. It's pure degeneracy. Everything about that show is degenerate. It's just a degenerate show. Okay. No problem. No problem. I do this for you, chat. I do this for you. Okay. The next show. I have a crush at work. I don't in real life. That's what the show's called. Yui Mitsuya and Masugu Tateshi aren't just any co-workers, they totally have the hots for each other. His helpful yet humble attitude makes her giddy, and her cuteness leaves him grinning like a fool. Problem is, they're trying to keep their new relationship under wraps to avoid making things awkward at work. But seeing how they can't keep their hands off each other, they run the risk of spilling their little secret with each passing day at the office. I want to like this one more than I do. Honestly. That's how I feel about it. Because so in watching the show, they don't even work in the same departments, right? So I'm pretty sure with the company that they work at, they actually absolutely have no need to hide their relationship, right? They have no need to hide their relationship. They have no need to hide their happiness, right? That pisses me off, chat. Why would you hide happiness? If I was fucking happy with somebody, I'd yell that shit. I'd yell that shit. Like, it's not sexier if they hide. That's annoying as hell. They're not children. They're adults. That shit's only exciting when you're a teenager. I'm not a teenager. I'm a full ass grown man. I thought you said impale that shit. I was like, yeah. No, not impale. Not impale. No. Forget that. That's the reason why this one kind of bothers me, right? They're not going to get in trouble for this. Like, it's not forbidden. They're allowed to date. There is 0 point in hiding this. Like, so it's honestly, it's kind of obnoxious. Like, do the characters make it cute? Kinda. But then it also at the same time, like, they do dumb annoying shit. Like, one of their senpais runs into them while they're out watching a movie trying to, like, be sneaky. And so then the guy's like all jealous because senpai's like hot and shit, and he's like super, like, it's just dumb. It's dumb. It's making issues because you aren't honest about something, and that bothers me, right? That bothers me. If it was just a simple adult romance show, I'm all for it. Most anime are like high school romance stuff where I have to sit here and go, fuck, I feel old. I don't get to feel love like that anymore. My cold little demon heart is broken. But this is an adult love show, and they're messing it all up. They're messing it all up, chat. Messing it up, and it bugs me. And because of that, I was gonna rate it higher, but now I'm not. Now it's a maybe not. What you think about that? I have a crush at work. What you think about that? You don't get to be happy. You have to go into maybe not, because you can't just be happy about what the fuck you got. So, boom. Okay. Okay. That's what I have to say about that. Moving on. I don't know what you're telling me to stop. I don't know what you're telling me to stop for. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You're actively choking on water? You're really talented then if you were actively choking on water while typing out full sentences. I'm very impressed with you, Lemon. The lemon of many talents. Well, shit pisses me off. Shit pisses me off. This next one's about to do the same goddamn thing. Ah. Sweet Jesus, Lemon. Okay. Okay. Well, put the pizza down. Put the pizza down. Put the pizza down. Okay. Next one. Next one. We're quickly moving on because I've got 7 left. And yeah, pizza. Pizza's great. Okay. I'm gonna butcher this name. I've never been able to say this name properly. Medaka Kuroiwa. Medaka Kuroiwa? Shit. Is impervious to my charms. Medaka is impervious to my charms. There, we're just gonna do that. Just gonna do that. To say that Mona Kawai is cute would be an understatement. She is breathtaking in every single way, and she knows it. At school, she is fawned over by boys and girls alike, and she graciously welcomes it all as a natural reaction to her irresistible charm. That is, until she comes across Medaka, the boy who is seemingly immune to her overwhelming charisma. She goes out of her way to talk to him and even dials her cuteness up a notch. But no matter what she tries, Mona cannot wipe the scowl off Medaka's face. Backed into a corner, Mona is forced to use the most devastating weapon in her arsenal, her physical allure. Such drastic measures would leave other boys foaming at their mouths, but Medaka remains unfazed by her attempts. Little does Mona know that the only reason Medaka just barely abstains from succumbing to her charms is because he's training to be a monk, and thus trying his best not to be held down by worldly pleasures. As Mona goes all out to entice Medaka, she fails to realize that his unintentional chivalry might just make her fall for him instead. You're in? Okay. Go ham bananas. This one should just be called Local Narcissist Bothers the Nice Monk Boy. Local narcissist bothers local monk boy. Like she basically harasses him. Basically harasses him. At one point, she's up on a stepladder and she tries to fall with her ass towards his face. Girl's about to get Me Too'd. Girl is about to get Me Too'd because she just won't leave him alone. She's always like looking over his shoulder at his phone, and he's like, he's sitting over there liking cat pics, right? He's like, oh, I like this cat. Oh, I like this cat. And then he's out sitting by himself on like a swing, and 2 of the other guys in class are coming up. They're like, hey, you gotta stop being a dick, bro. Mona's like going out of her way, like be nicer. And he's like, I'm not trying. He's like, but I'm training to be a monk at my family's cat temple. They have a cat temple. And he's like, I'm training to be a monk. He's like, I only moved to Tokyo for high school to like prove that I could like withstand and be like holier and blah 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 blah. And so then immediately like those 2 guys in class are like, oh, okay, so dude's not a dick. He's not like being mean. He's just like actively trying to like stay holy and shit. And at that point, they're like cheering him on, like, well, maybe you could just like have a girlfriend. He's like, no. But my ass over here, like, bro, get the hell away from her. Girl is a textbook narcissist. At one point, she literally is humming a song in her head about how cute and nice she is as she's walking through the hallway. And I'm like, girl, I hope you get hit by Isekai truck. Like, you gotta calm the hell down. Like, straight narcissist up in this motherfucker. Like, calm down, Mona. Calm down. Leave Medaka alone. Bro just wants to be enlightened and take care of cats. In all my dealings with narcissistic women in the past, that sounds way better. I probably would be doing a lot better if I had just gone to be a monk at a cat cafe. Cat temple, not cafe. Different things. But this one bothers me. This one bothers me. The premise alone bothers me. Now, and then watching it as it's happening bothers me more. Like, I'm all for cutesy romance shit. I love cutesy romance stuff. I do. But why they all gotta be dog shit right now? Why do they all have to have, like, the dumbest ass premises? Like, literally, she is a freaking narcissist. Like, I'm so cute, blessing everybody with my presence. No, you're going bottom of maybe not, Mona. Bottom of maybe not. Get wrecked. Get wrecked, Mona. Get wrecked. It do be like that sometimes. Everything always, it do be like that sometimes. That's why I told Mona to get wrecked. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to continue watching it because the premise of the first episode upset me so much. I don't know if it triggered something deep in my psyche, but I'm sitting here going, like, twitching. Like, oh, this shit's annoying. I don't... Like, I understand, like, I understand she's cute, but why she gotta be such a bitch? You have to watch this now. I'm probably making it more dramatic for the content. You know how it is, but it literally did, it bugged me. Because when I say she walked through school humming a song about herself to herself, that was not an exaggeration. She is literally just a narcissist that thinks everyone is lucky to look upon her, and the least she can do is be kind to the paupers around her. Like, I hate that personality trait. That personality trait bothers the hell out of me. It bothers the hell out of me. And so, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. All right, next one. Zenshu. This was pretty cool. This one honestly, this one is pretty cool. We do start with kind of a douchey main character, but I'm hoping for character growth, because I think in this one's case we'll have some character growth. Mona, I think, is a lost cause in my opinion. So Zenshu. After graduating from high school, Natsuko Hirose starts her career as an animator. Her talent quickly flourishes and she makes her debut as a director in no time. Her first anime becomes a massive hit, sparking a social phenomenon and earning her recognition as an up-and-coming genius director. Her next project is set to be a romantic comedy themed around first love. However, having never been in love herself, Natsuko struggles to understand the concept of first love, and as a result, she's unable to create the storyboard, causing the movie production to come to a standstill. One day, she passes out while working on her storyboard and wakes up in the world of her favorite childhood anime movie, A Tale of Perishing. Okay, so that description is not entirely right, and I don't know how Mal keeps messing up these descriptions. She does not pass out while working on a storyboard. She yells at a bunch of people in her office that are all her subordinates. Then, because she wasn't paying attention, she grabs a bento, a lunch, off the table that has expired clams in it. She eats said clams. It foreshadows all this, right? She's on her phone and she reads that an anime director she looked up to died from food poisoning. And it's like, okay, cool, bet, foreshadow, plot armor, gotcha. And so she can't think of these storyboards, so she turns on her favorite childhood anime movie called A Tale of Perishing, which is a fantasy story that is known to be like one of the most depressing stories. Like the story just kills off characters left and right, but she likes it for some reason and she's not sure why. She's seen it tons of times. So while she's watching that, she starts eating her lunch, and then you see her eat a clam that's literally like purple and glowing, and then she literally gets isekai'd. She gets isekai'd into the universe of A Tale of Perishing, right? And so because she has the entire story memorized, she knows what's going to happen. And so she literally has to watch like these characters die and all stuff. But she's like, is there anything I can do? Is there anything I can do? She's an art director. She's an animator. There must be something she can do. And there is. With her super art abilities, she can change the story. So this one is actually done by Mappa. So obviously the animation is going to be absolutely batshit insane. It's going to be really, really good animation. And it is. It's really, really good animation. The story is very interesting. It's unique. To see an anime director get isekai'd into one of their favorite animes is an incredibly solid, unique premise. I've only watched the first episode so far. I'm trying to bank them, so at the end of this week I should have 2 to watch, so I can actually get a little bit more than just like 1 episode at a time. But honestly, highly recommend this one. It's Zenshu, 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 or it might be 2 U's. It depends on what site you use to watch it. But it's very, very, very good. And I would put it up there, honestly, pretty high in yes. It is definitely solid. But all these are about to be dethroned by this next one. Oh, because it's so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. Pedro. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Raiders. Micah and Raiders, welcome. Oh, that was replayed? Why was that replayed? No one's here. Why did that happen? There aren't even any Raiders. Micah's not, I don't think even Micah's streaming. There's no one here. That was weird. I don't even think I clicked replay. I can replay all these. That's weird. I was gonna say we're in Minecraft right now. How are you in Minecraft? You sleeping in Minecraft? Jeez, Lemon, jeez. Alright, well, sorry. No Raiders. Hope that woke everybody up. Moving on. The next show, I messaged Lemon. I messaged Lemon after I watched this one because I'm like, holy shit, JC Staff cooked. This next one is called Honey Lemon Soda. For 15-year-old Uka Ishimori, middle school was the toughest experience she lived through. She was dubbed Rocky? No, she was dubbed Stony due to always freezing up in front of other people and was endlessly bullied as a result. Now in high school, she has a chance for a fresh start and to improve herself. But during her first week, she is accidentally soaked in honey lemon soda by her classmate Kai Miura, a flashy guy with lemon-colored hair. On paper, Kai is everything that Uka lacks. He is popular, aloof, and bold enough to speak his mind. Despite their contrasting personalities, Kai encourages her to slowly come out of her shell, offering a helping hand when others avoided to do so. Although Uka initially wanted to forge friendships, She has realized her true feelings. She has fallen in love with Kai. What started with a lemon soda is about to change Uka and Kai's lives forever. Chat. Chat, JC Staff cooked. JC Staff cooked with this one. They cooked. Like, I turned this on, I'm like, okay, it's just good. Like, it's a shoujo, right? It's a shoujo. It's stereotypically, it is made for girls, right? Stereotype, and we don't do stereotypes. We don't shame here. You like what anime you like, and that's perfectly okay. Me personally, I generally don't vibe with most shoujo, most shoujo anime. One episode in on this one, I'm like tearing up. I'm like, you go, girl. Kai, you stand up to those bullies for her. You help her. You help her. Animation style is clean. Animation, like, you can't tell from the poster, right? You can't tell from the poster. It is clean. Everything looks really, really good. I think the last time I initially liked a romance shoujo like this quickly was Horimiya, right? Horimiya, like 4 years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago when Horimiya dropped, I'm like, okay, I might like some shoujo anime. Like, I might like it when the characters are well written. We don't have to deal with like all the bullshit tropes, and like it's common sense bound. Like, this kind of feels like that. Like, it gives me like some vibes like they're like all of these people surrounding her are going to become like good friends of hers, and like I'm actively rooting for her and everyone else is rooting for her, but they don't want to do it for her, right? That's the big thing with like Kai, because everybody's like dogging on him on Reddit. They're like, he's a cold dick, and it's like, yeah, because it's like that whole thing, like, teach a person to fish. You don't just give them a fish, teach them to fish. And that's like the biggest thing. Like, he teaches her pretty early on. He's like, you have to do this yourself, but never be afraid to ask for help. Oh, goosebumps, bros, goosebumps. Like, it literally got me. It got me, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, you go, because she starts getting bullied again in high school. Because some of the mean girls from her middle school realized who she was, and they start bullying her again. And she's like talking in her head. She's like, it's fine. I'll just ignore it, and it'll be fine. I'll just ignore it. And he's like, stand up for yourself. She's like, but who can I ask for help? And he's like, me. I'm like, oh shit, yes. So yeah, 100%, top of the list. Honey lemon soda, JC Staff cooked. Ooh. Yeah, no, honey lemon soda is great. It's just good. I usually skip most shoujo anime because they just really don't. A lot of stuff runs with anime tropes, and a lot of those tropes I find annoying. Like the Medaka one, where it's like a cutesy girl guy that she wants him to want her, but she's gonna end up wanting him. Like, it's hella annoying. There's no emotional depth to that character development. There's nothing there. It's pointless. Like, it's just pointless at that point. It's like, yeah, I get it. It's a super common trope. This one gets into like emotions of bullying and the effects that it has on people, and how to more or less like how to actively have friends help but grow yourself as a better person, which is how I'm hoping this one actually continues on. So for me, it feels like this one is trying to do a little bit more than just some standard bullshit tropes, and for that I am super hyped with this one. I am very, very hyped with this one because it's while it's not a unique premise by any stretch of the imagination, it's just done to such a really, really good degree that I am extremely impressed with how it's actively turning out. Like, so for me, even off of one episode, like, I'm like, yeah, roll it. Roll that shit out. I want to see more of this one. I'm very, very, very hype about this one. Okay. Moving on. I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. High school student Saito Hojo has married his classmate Akane Sukaramori, the girl who is his biggest rival at school. The two can't seem to get along with each other, but their heart-pounding newlywed life is about to begin. It's trash. Don't get me wrong. When I say trash, it's not super negative. It's not super negative. But this one is... This one is 100% like, okay, cool, like, I get it. Like, okay, I get it. Basically, the guy wants to inherit his grandfather's company. His grandfather's kind of absolutely insane. But he pushes real hard to be worthy of the company. Come to find out, the girl's grandmother and the guy's grandfather used to kind of hate each other in high school, but now they've rekindled like romance and whatnot. But they feel like they've missed out on their youth, so they're forcing their grandchildren to get married to vicariously live through them. And if they haven't said, the girl has not stated why she has to do it, because her grandma's holding something over her, but the guy has to do it because if he doesn't, his grandfather will pass his company down to a dog that he found on the street. I'm not even joking. That is literally the premise of this show. That is the premise of this show. It's goofy. It's real goofy. The characters, I feel like it's gonna become a harem. I feel like it's gonna become a harem even though they're married from the first episode. It looks goofy. It is. I did find myself laughing a couple times because of it. But it feels like there's some setup for a harem with like some cousin that's way too close to him and another girl in their class that always stands up for him. So I'm not 100% sure which route it's going to go. Waiting for that ad break to start. But I don't have too much to say about this one. This one for me is going to go into the high end of maybe. Because it is enjoyable. It is enjoyable. Yeah, I'm probably right around there. It's enjoyable. It's a funny show. It just depends on which route it decides to take, right? Depends on which route it decides to take. To see if I'll drop it or if I'll continue. Right now, I'm planning on finishing it, so we'll see how that goes. All right, ad break. BRB. Gonna do my stretches for 90 seconds. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We back. But yeah, I would put I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class on the high end of maybe. It's not going to be for everybody. It is kind of trope heavy. Like I said, I feel this is kind of leaning towards a harem. Anytime I say that is because if you look at like the female designed characters, if most of them don't look like generic characters, that means they're going to be main characters, right? They're going to have some semblance of a main plot. And in a show like this, when they're showing the main male MC too much attention, it always feels like that's the route it's going to take, right? So for this one, it remains to be seen if it's going to go that way. But for me, high end of maybe. And basically what my categories mean is, yes, I'm going to finish it. Maybe I'm going to finish it. Maybe not going to finish it and not going to finish it. More or less. Like the no's I'm going to drop. The maybe nots, usually I try and finish as many as I can. But when I start running out of time, like if I start falling behind on shows, or if I want to stream more, or if I want to game more, I'll usually drop stuff off. Like these two down here are going to get dropped this evening once stream is finished. They'll get dropped from my list, and then I'll start going through these. And that's kind of how I try to structure this list. Since I'm doing it as like more of a first impressions after the first couple episodes, instead of at the end of everything. But I will keep these pictures around, and then probably at the end of the year, I'll do a quick like rapid fire of the ones that I've finished with my like actual tier rank of them. Outside of the no's, or I'll just put them in a dropped category. Then that way, you know, I'm not going through 300 shows, I'm only going through like 100 shows, so the stream won't be as long. But anyway, let's go back over here. Let's pull up the next one. Oh, yes. Here we go, chat. Here we go, chat. This one's peak. This one's peak, chat. This one's 100% peak. Everything about this is peak. This is peak degeneracy. This is peak degeneracy at an amazing, amazing level. The 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. Season 2. Oh, it's back and I'm so happy. I'm so happy it's back. It's the trashiest of trash. It is so bad. And it is so good. It is like eating the best fast food. It's so bad for you, but it tastes so good. Okay, for anybody that does not know what this show is about, got it. BRB gonna go to mobile right when I'm about to explain what this show is about. How dare you? How dare you? That's okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. We'll be here. We'll be here. Okay, here. Here's the synopsis. Here's the synopsis. Lemon, you ready? Bex, let me know when you're ready. Because this synopsis is off the wall batshit crazy, and you're either going to be in or you're going to be out, and I will tell you 1,000 reasons why you should be in. It's not 1,000. It's an exaggeration. But low-key, this show is honestly really, really entertaining on every level. Alright, here's the synopsis, chat. Here's the synopsis. Rentaro Aiju has it all. Looks, intelligence, athletic skill, and popularity with peers and mentors alike. Unfortunately, none of these qualities help Rentaro with his love life. On the day of his middle school graduation, he is once again turned down by a girl he confesses to, earning his 100th rejection in a row. Down on his luck, he goes to a matchmaking shrine. and wishes to finally get a girlfriend in high school. When the god of the shrine suddenly appears before him, Rentaro is told he will meet an astronomical total of 100 soulmates in high school. Though Rentaro initially does not take this foretelling seriously, his doubts disappear when, on the first day of school, he meets two of these soulmates, Hikari Hanazono and Karane Inda, who both confess to him. With fated encounters and love confessions galore, Rentaro's life is about to get a lot more exciting. Okay, chat. Sounds interesting, right? Sounds interesting, right? Would you like to know why I say it's trash? Why I say it's trash? This is the penultimate harem show. Okay? Because here's the thing. The shrine god, right, comes and tells him that he made a mistake. So the show is actually super duper meta. It's super meta. The shrine god is actively watching a Ghibli film while he's filling out these forms for soulmates, and because it gets to a scene that he really likes, he accidentally marks Rentaro with 100 soulmates, effectively like blessing him and cursing him, right? So the thing with these soulmates is if they don't get to be with Rentaro, they die. So dude literally has to explain to these girls like, hey, I have enough love to give. It's okay. And he does. He is the most likable piece of human garbage humanly possible. He is nice to literally everyone. Like he's just the nicest guy, right? He's the nicest guy. But this is what the god of the shrine tells him. You have to love all of these girls, because if you don't, they will die. And if they don't love you, you will die. And through, the show is a comedy. The show is a comedy through and through. So he more or less starts building a ridiculously big harem. Now it hasn't. It has gotten slightly into creepy territory at the end of season 1, because his main two, the ones that he starts with, Hikari and Karane. At the end of season 1, it's a moderate spoiler, but we're in season 2. Well, no, I can not spoil it by kind of. He adds an adult woman to his harem, and he is a first-year high schooler. He is a first-year high schooler. And he adds in the first episode of season 2, he adds a final year middle schooler, which initially I kind of like frowned upon, and then I realized, oh, they're actually only a year apart in age. It just sounds creepier than it is. They're literally only a year apart in age, because he just graduated middle school. They're about to graduate middle school, so they're literally like less than a year apart in age. In the show. But the reason why I'm saying it's as good as it is, and why I'm gushing so much about this, every single one of these characters is a wholly unique character with an incredibly unique personality, all their own. They're not just like copy pastes, right? Like, they're not copy paste, they're not strict stereotypes. And this is one thing that's been brought up about this show a lot, actually. It's been brought up a lot about the manga writer and everything, that all of these girls have unique personalities, and they're all insanely well thought out personalities, like crazy. Like Hikari, the pink-haired main girl, is like super duper lovey-dovey, but also kind of like a freak. Always trying to be like kind of nasty. Karane is basically your standard like tsundere, he meets literally best girl. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. I cannot remember best girl off the top of my head. Do we have characters? Yes. Yes. Um Best girl is Shizuka. Oh, Shizuka's so cute. Oh, she's so cute. She's the little girl, or I don't want to say little girl because she's the same age as him. She's the girl that works in the library, but she's too shy to actually talk. So, basically, she carries a book around that she's read so many times, and she's memorized the book. So whenever she wants to have a conversation with him, she just points to a line in the book and has him read it. And he, because he's so incredibly sweet, he literally types the entire book into a text to speech app for her. So now she talks with her phone to him by utilizing her knowledge of the book. Like, he literally went through and transcribed this entire like massive book into a phone for her so that they can so that she can communicate with a voice. But yeah, there's just a ton of every single, yeah, exactly. Like it's super cutesy. Like there are a lot of like really heartfelt moments with this. There's just a bunch of different shit that happens, and I honestly was like, this is just gonna be like degenerate trash. And don't get me wrong, it is, but it's degenerate trash that has incredible character development. It has insanely good character writing, and every single character is wholly unique. Every single one has their little quirks, and they're all different. All of their personalities are vastly, vastly different. The show is meta to the point that it refers to itself as a show. Like at the very first episode of season 2, one of the girls burst through and she's like, "We can't do this. We just finished season 1." And so like it is a extremely entertaining show. If you do not mind having some degeneracy, it is 100% worth the watch. Obviously, start with season 1. If you can't, here's the thing, if you don't like it after episode 2, you're probably not going to like it. This show dives in head first, and it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. For most of the first season, he's adding a new girlfriend every other episode. Like, I think by the end of season 1, he's got like 6 or 7 different girlfriends in his harem, and the whole thing is, he treats them all equally. He treats them all equally. He finds things for them to do equally so that he can give them all the amount of attention that they want and need. Like, it's great. It's great. It's 100% a yes. It's 100% a yes. It's so good. It's so good. I mean, right now on Mal, it has a score of 8.24 out of 10. It is one of the highest rated shows this season. It's literally ranked 3rd? It's literally ranked 3rd, I think, out of every show that is out this season. That is how, like, for a degenerate harem anime about a dude with a whole bunch of girlfriends, it is ranked freaking 3rd. That is absolutely insane. But that should tell you that there is more to it than just nonsense. Okay, final 2. Let's go. Let's final 2, because your boy's got to work in the morning. All right. The next one, Sakamoto Days. Taru Sakamoto was considered the greatest hitman of all time. Feared by many, he stood at the top of the underground world until he met and fell in love with a woman. As a result, Sakamoto abandoned his life of crime and now works as a convenience store clerk that he owns. Leaving his shady past behind proves more difficult than Sakamoto initially imagined. Many of his former rivals and partners do not believe that he has truly left the business and show up in hopes of taking him out. Barred from killing, Sakamoto must find creative ways to subdue his enemies and prevent them from bringing harm to his family, his store, and the small town he resides in. Okay, so I'm not a big fan of shonen, right? It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. I don't really like watching like bare bones action shows. This one is great. The animation could be better. It's not bad. It's not bad. It could be better. But the story makes up for a lot of this, right? So I've been reading Sakamoto Days. I think I've read like the first 5 or 6 volumes. I'm pretty far in it. I absolutely love the manga. The manga is really, really good. The characters are all super colorful. They're all super interesting. They all have really good personalities. I know a lot of people were super concerned about the animation, and like I said, it could be better. It could be better, but it's far from bad. But basically, we have the story of an ex-hitman just trying to lead a normal life, with his adoring wife and daughter. Then one of his old proteges comes to visit him, and he takes him under his wing, and living a normal life, and just the random nonsense that they get up to. In all honesty, I don't have many notes on this one. Character designs are super duper good, story's really good, animation's pretty good. The pacing seems fine, right? It might be a little rushed, but nothing that you're really gonna notice unless you've read the manga. Because the manga, you know, I have a couple more pages here and there that they kind of remove just to keep the show flowing a little bit. But Sakamoto Days, I'm really, really enjoying. So that one is once again going to be a recommendation from me. I'm thinking right around there, towards the top of yes. Okay, last one, chat, last one. Oh, hydrate. Thank you, Lemon. Thank you. Stream's going about as long as I thought it would. Little bit longer than I thought it'd be, but I'm pacing well. I'm pacing well. All right. Thank you for the stretch and the hydrate, Lemon. I appreciate you. All right. Here's the last one. I'm currently watching. Mind you, we went over 22 shows. I am watching 22 shows right now, and that's not even including movies. Okay, Bex knows what this one is. Solo Leveling Season 2, Arise from the Shadow. Does anybody remember all my complaints about Season 1? How the animation was subpar from A1 Pictures, how the pacing was absolutely dog shit, and that the manhwa was better, and all that. Well, we're back with Season 2. The animation has gotten lots better. I think A1 totally didn't hear me, but I think they heard the rest of the otakus on Reddit who were like, why is A1 phoning this shit in? Because the animation in Season 1 was not particularly impressive. This is the company that makes all the Fate anime. Some of, like, when you watch Fate anime, you literally will see like one scene and you're like, well, there's the entire company's budget. Solo Leveling Season 1 was not on that level. Season 2 decided they wanted to try a little bit harder. The pacing is honestly still not great. It's slow in certain parts where it needs to be sped up, and it's sped up in certain parts where it should be slowed down. This is not a particularly interesting part of the story either, because this is still before, like, this is when people are starting to wonder about him. as far as like his powers go, but it's incredibly apparent that obviously he's super strong. But this, the first episode basically starts with him taking his sister's friend in to watch some people going into a gate. The gate turns red, which means the level difficulty's kicked up a notch, and he has to help her survive and escape. It's also where you start seeing him use his Shadow Army abilities, which is cool to see. Like, the Shadow Army looks cool. It's just okay. Like, it's just okay. I will give it this. So far, it's more interesting than season 1. Unfortunately, that's not saying that much. Here's the thing. If you like solo leveling, you'll probably enjoy it, because it does seem like they're trying to improve over the last season. If you watch the first season and you were like, maybe season 2 will get better, because so far I'm a little bit more impressed. If you were like, I don't get it, you're still gonna be there. You're still gonna be there. It's not breaking any new ground. It's more of the same, but it just looks a little bit prettier. So for me, I'm gonna put it on the low end of maybe, which is higher praise than I gave season 1, in all honesty. Much higher praise than I gave for season 1, because season 1 was rough, in my opinion. It was rough, in my opinion. But okay, cool. There is, I know I can zoom in on that. I know I can zoom in on that. Is it this one? You liked season 1 for the most part. You are stronger than I, Bex. You are stronger than I. Is it this one? It's this one. This one? Yeah. Okay. 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 Put this up here. Put this up here. Can we shift? Oh no, we can't. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I got it. Look at me, professional as shit. There's my list, chat. There's my list. Well, I couldn't finish Jujutsu Kaisen or Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's dog shit. Jujutsu Kaisen's hit or miss. Jujutsu Kaisen is 100% hit or miss. In all honesty, after season 1, I didn't really care about it that much. And then I watched the movie. For me, the part where I'm like, okay, Jujutsu Kaisen's kind of dope. For me, I had to watch the movie. The movie actually opens up the universe a lot more and makes everything, because the characters in season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen are not interesting. Once you watch the movie and it's focusing on the older characters, way more interesting. Then season 2 is hit or miss for me. No, they aren't. No, 100% they're not. Yeah, no, I'll be the first to tell you, Jujutsu Kaisen, I like Jujutsu Kaisen, but the main characters from season 1, like the kids, not interesting. Don't care about them at all. Whiny shonen protagonists. I'm more about the older students, like the panda and all the way more interesting characters. And that I only found them more interesting is because I watched the movie. The movie is really what expands the universe out and gets things to be way more interesting. Okay, but this is my tier list. This is my tier list, chat. God, I'm trying to finish this before another freaking ad break. But yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Are you checking any of these out? Do any of these look interesting to you? But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Message me, bother me on Discord. I will download this and I will post it in Discord So feel free to bother me about these. If you want me to recommend anything or talk about them more with you, feel free. We're gonna pop back over. You're definitely watching some of them. Perfect. Go over here real quick. Perfect, 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 perfect. No, I'm glad you're definitely watching some of them. And like I said, I will download that image and I will post it in Discord. So if anybody has any questions about any of them or wants me to go over any of them, feel free to let me know, and I will definitely go over those with you. I definitely like getting people into, thank you for posting too, not a problem at all, not a problem at all. I definitely like getting people into more shows because it gives me people to talk to about stuff. Excuse me, sorry about that, chat. But yeah, that is my winter 2025 anime tier list. Okay, well, let's go over here and see who we can raid out to, because I am gonna go rest and stretch out my back. Plus I have work tomorrow. I'm not streaming tomorrow, but I will be back on Friday. I have no idea what I'm playing. I have no idea what I'm playing. I will figure something out. I will figure something out. How many people are here? There's only a couple people here. We'll just go over to Micah. We'll just go say hi to Micah. All right, chat. Wherever you are, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. Much love to absolutely every single one of you. I hope you've been having a good week. I hope you continue having a good week. If you would like to bother me on Discord, feel free to bother me on Discord. No, thank you, Lemon. Thank you. Thank you for staying awake. Bex, Lemon, thank you so much for being here. Rain might be lurking. I know he was in here earlier. Inosuke might be lurking. Much love to all of you. I will see you all again very, very soon. All right. Much love, everybody. Toodles.